Hello, people of the internets. I didn't do that. If you're anything like me, and by that I mean anyone, you hate doing the same thing over twice. But here I find myself doing just that. And I don't know if it's something I did, which I doubt, or if there's another problem going on here. I have replaced this radiator hose right down in here. I'll get a better picture of that for the people that complain that I don't show everything. I mean, it's a radiator hose. Replaced that once a couple years back. It sprung a leak on me, and it's leaking again. Just noticed it yesterday. I was driving and I saw a puddle under my car when I came out, and I thought, well, that can't be me. Then I got home and lifted the hood, smelt some antifreeze. Sure enough, it was me. It's leaking right out from underneath this hose back here. I think maybe it's rubbing on this thing from the brakes. I'll get a better picture on my cell phone or something. I'll use that camera A/B thing. Big time production now. I got two cameras. This is camera A you're on. My cell phone will be camera B. As soon as I get this off, which is necessary, I'll get a better understanding of what's going on. Okay, so that should come off. It's got a couple of connections here. That connection. That connection. Let's get some little clippies on there. And this whole thing should come off. Guess I should have pulled it off. Oh, I got it, that thing. There we go. And this is not a how-to on this specific truck on how to do the radiator hose. I got upper and lower because it's probably the stock lower, so I should do that too. I don't know if I'm going to do that today. I intended to do that, but it's raining. I don't know if you can tell that from the video, but it's either we just got off a hot summer, which is why I haven't been making videos. It's been in the hundreds since as long as I can remember. I just didn't feel like working out in the heat. So anyway, this exposes the radiator hose, and I'll get my cell phone and I'll splice this in seamlessly. Top quality production you'll never know, although you'll be seeing it on here, that the area it's leaking from is like right in here, right there where that hose, so it might be rubbing on that, but I'll get it off and we'll find out where exactly it was leaking. Almost the same exact place underneath there when I did it before. And I'm going to do the thermostat. I am going to do that. I've already got that. I don't know why I'm using both cameras. So I got a big pan now that I am going to put underneath. Catch most of the drippage. I'm not a big time YouTube channel like a lot of these other big shots, so I just kind of wing it. Maybe someday I'll be big and then I can have somebody film for me. And actually, I should be going the other direction with this. Well, it's not going to come off. So I'm taking this, for those of you that complain about you can't hear. I don't know, the screen kind of died on me there. You probably see this. I'm taking this hose clamp off with my fancy hose clamp pliers. It's probably going to get coolant everywhere. I got another hose clamp back there I got to take off. Do that screwdriver. It's kind of stuck. Well, I think I'm going to try to go this way with that hose clamp. It's kind of got this thing on here that doesn't allow you to compress it all the way. These hose clamp pliers sure do make it nice. Yeah, it doesn't want to even go. Let's see if I can get it this way. Yeah. There we go. That's the ticket. Hopefully some of this falls into the catch thing I got under there. Try to break that seal. Well, some of it got in the airbox. Okay, so then I got to get this hose clamp off. And there again, this is not a tutorial, so I'm not trying to show you exactly what to do in your car, but I'm just giving you like an overview of maybe problem solving or just something to watch maybe. I don't know. That's not going to be easy to do. I think I'm going to have to maybe take, I don't know, I don't want to do that. I'm trying to make this easy as possible. So I have opted to take this bracket off to make it easier to get to the hose clamp back there. But anyway, see, a lot of times people will say, you see a lot of people post online in forums and Facebook pages and whatnot asking, what's wrong with my car? Insert car, name of car, brand of car, whatever. And then, somebody will say, well, I think it's X, Y, or Z. And they say, well, I just replaced X, Y, or Z. Well, I just replaced this hose. So that doesn't mean it can't be what you replaced. Replacing something doesn't mean that it can never fail. Oh, okay, there we go. There, 13. That was sufficiently loose. Oh. So I think I'm going to have to take this other bracket off. Or maybe not. If I can get this stud out. It's the mail truck. Sorry, I didn't mean to gender it. They're studs. Loud. See if I can. Nope. Seems pretty loose, but I can't get it by hand. The more I go up, the more socket pushes against the bracket. There we go. Then it gets stuck. I am not left-handed. we go. Move my catch thing. There it goes. I'm sure it all got all over the ground. Yeah, it's coming out of like 10 different places. So anyway, here's the thing attached to the hose. So I don't know if I can get it out of there any better now. Oh my gosh, there was a lot in that hose. Here's the thermostat. I think this is going bad. I think it's sticking closed. I don't even remember what kind this is. It's like the 4th thermostat I've put in here. Maybe even more than that. Whoa. Not spill this everywhere. It's out now. Here's this thing I'm trying to get off of the. Let's see where it was leaking now. Okay, so it wasn't coming from the middle of the hose. I can see there's a, see that right there? Where the clamp was, back in there. So it goes like that, and where it was clamped to that outlet, it ripped right there. I can poke my finger through there kind of from the inside. You can see, I don't know, maybe hard to see on the camera here, but it goes through. There's a hole inside of there. I don't know if you can see that little hole right there. So that's where it came from. I know it's a pretty fairly new hose. I don't remember what brand it was. Doesn't say on it. And this is the new one. This is a Continental belt. I got this from AutoZone. I would have rather have had a I don't know, something else like a Gates or a GM belt, but ooh, got my knife near it. It's touchy, touch and go. But here's the, got this from AutoZone. If I didn't say that, that's the part number right there. Let me straighten this camera out. That's the part number right there. It's a new knife I got. Kubi. I like it. Kind of afraid to use it because it's a little bit more expensive and nicer than my cheap knife. I'll drop a link to that. I don't get any money for that, so I don't get any money for any of this stuff. Just doing this out of the kindness and goodness of my heart. Once in a while I'll get people put some kind of criticism about my videos in the comments about how I talk too slow or my sense of humor is stupid or something like that, and I just tell them, well, just don't pay me this month. And I'm doing this for free. So I'm going to drop a new thermostat in there. Show you the old one. And I guess I could test it. It's the old one on my left, your left, new one on the right. New one's a GM. Not that that means anything anymore. I don't remember what this one is. I think it was a Stant. But I've noticed lately that if I take off and start the truck up and drive somewhere, that it will get up to like 210. Yeah, they're not the same brand. It'll get up to like 210 and stay there for a while before this pops open and starts to cool. So I'm thinking this might be sticking closed. Maybe that's what caused the buildup of pressure in that hose. So here's the GM. thermostat, the number right there. I know I said this wasn't a tutorial, but if you just so happen to have an S10 2000-ish and up and 4.3 liter V6, mine's a ZR2, doesn't matter, same engine, that's your thermostat. So we'll just plop this other one in there, all the coolant leaking everywhere. And we'll replace our neck. Which goes down in here. And this doesn't require a gasket, it's got that big rubber O-ring. I always start these by hand, so you don't want to strip those threads out, that would be bad. So anyway, the moral of the story is, you think, hey, I've got this going on or that going on, and your first inclination is to jump on the forums, or which aren't really a thing anymore. I don't know why that is. I guess because YouTube pages kind of took the place of forums. Kind of need a get that started with this, and your first inclination is to ask everybody, hey, my truck is leaking, or this is wrong, or that's wrong, and somebody says, well, for first thing, they're just guessing. You don't really know until you take it apart. Like here, I thought this was leaking underneath there. It looked like it was leaking underneath because it was dripping down onto the manifold on the bottom down there. So I thought it was leaking underneath where the first hose leaked. And as it turns out, that wasn't the case at all. So the first thing somebody will say, they'll start guessing, well, it's this. And the person always answers, well, I just replaced that. Yeah, we've gone over this. You get the picture. Just because you replace something doesn't mean that it's never going to go bad again. What is that? Occam's razor. Simplest solution is usually the correct. Click. I'm sure these have a torque. I don't know what it is. Click. It's aluminum. Aluminium is a lot of people have been saying lately. I don't know why everybody's suddenly turned British, but a lot of people are. I don't know, have you guys noticed that? Seeing all these people are calling fenders wings, and they're calling door panels door cards, and they're saying aluminium. You're not English, Even the English people don't always do that if they've been here in America for a while. I guess watching too much Wheeler Dealer or something. Okay, so that's on. Now I gotta put the clamps on the hose. Okay, so I'm gonna use some of this super lube side of here, just so it's easier to get on, and maybe in the future easier to get back off. Hopefully I don't have to do this again. I've already done it twice. And as you can see, I've put the clamp here, and then I put this, that's the stock, it's like a heat guard, and then there's another nylon thing that goes over this that, I don't know, I think I'm going to put on there. Yeah, I'm going to do that now. Okay, you can see I got the one on the radiator on. I had to do some finagling. I won't go into that. You can see my conundrum here because this clamp is going to hit the side of the throttle body there. I got to try to squeeze it over that. It seems like it's easier to do it going this way than to put it on and try to go that way. Okay, I got the hose clamp onto the hose. So now it's behind that rib. So I'm going to try squeezing on this and then pushing on the hose to get it over that. Easier said than done. I don't know if I'm doing anything. It looks like I am. Alright, I think I got it. This is as far up as it's going to go. The hose is hitting the side of the throttle body there. So I can put the bracket back on, put everything back on, and cross my fingers. Hope it doesn't leak. Notice it's harder to do things with gloves on. There we go. This just comes around here and plugs into the air conditioner, and this just plugs in there. Take my gloves back off. Got these little 10mm nuts that go on here. I don't know if there's a way for me to convey the humidity. I'm gonna cut all this part out. Whoa, sorry, you guys almost fell over there. I got the chintziest little thing here holding this camera. I think I wear it on my head. It's much too humid. Boy, this is taking forever. There we go. Click. Click. Just going to make sure these are tight. I've been known to forget things, so pretty sure. Okay, I had to change batteries. GoPro, it died. So I pretty much got it all on. Just trying to put everything back together, make sure I didn't miss something that I unplugged. I'm trying to remember I unplugged that. Just plugged it back in. You just got to put the air filter back on, but I cleaned out the box, so I'm going to see if that's dry. Clean this out. There's some muck and filth in the bottom of that. There it is. I'm still here. Car driving by. Let's see, so I got these two to plug in. There was nothing else that I unplugged. Oh, that back there, obviously. I need my step. It's not so much that I'm short, but I'm fat. It's the best of both worlds, really. I don't know why they didn't make this difference so this thing would fit in there. Why doesn't it fit? Here we go. Somewhat. There we go, kinda, sorta. There we go. Now put this on. Be careful, this plastic. Maybe I won't stand on that. Oh boy. There we go. Found it. Found it. I didn't, well, maybe I have some coolant. Let's go check. Kind of switched over to that. I flushed it out and I use the Peak 50/50. It mixes with everything, so if you're in a bind, you don't need to use the green stuff or Dex Cool, or you can just put in whatever you got, or water. So I have to see if I have some of that, because it didn't really catch a whole lot in that pan underneath. It's a good thing I bought that pan. It's only $10. I'll use it. So gotta reconnect this stuff. Okay, I wonder if I should start it and let it run. I wonder how I would tell if it was leaking, because I just got, I got a bunch of... Turn on this light. I got a bunch of coolant down in there. Well, not a ton. Most of it ran down to the skid plate. So maybe I'll start it up, let it idle while I put the air filter on. You guys won't be able to hear me, so I guess I'll just conclude it here. All I got to do is just tighten up the air filter screws and then start it. If something goes wrong, I'll end the video differently and cut this part out, but this was it. So I don't know, hopefully you learned something. I don't know, like I said, this wasn't really a tutorial on this specific truck, but just an overall thing of, if there's something wrong with your vehicle, don't just assume because you replace something once that that's not what's wrong with it. I could have said, well, I replaced that hose. I know that's not it. It's got to be something else. But, I just tracked it down and said, well, just go back to basics and everything's possible. So it was that. So hopefully you learned something. If not, you were entertained minimally. I know there wasn't a lot of jokes in this one, but I'll try harder next time. So with that being said, I'll see you guys on the next one.